Today, we are going straight into the main topic because this entire situation has taken over social media, fan pages, and group chats everywhere. People are asking one question again and again. And that question is whether Coleslaw might be pregnant again and how this situation connects to Martell Holt, Melody Shari, and the rest of the cast. This topic is everywhere, and fans want answers, even though nothing has been confirmed. Still, the signs, the reactions, and the timing have made many viewers sit down and look closely at what is going on behind the scenes. So today, we're going to break everything down in a full, deep way that helps you understand the bigger picture of this story, the past, the present, and even the energy surrounding these people on and off the show. For years, fans have watched Martell and Coleslaw's storyline because it has always been connected to tension, emotions, and choices that changed many lives. Every time something new comes up, people look back at old patterns, past behavior, and previous events to compare and see whether history is repeating itself. This is not something new. Fans have done the same thing with Martell and Melody in the past. Now the focus has shifted again, and people want to know whether something major is happening with Coleslaw. And since this situation involves a child, energy, legacy, and relationships, the conversation is louder than ever. Many fans have pointed out that Coleslaw has been moving differently, posting differently, and even speaking differently. Some say she looks like she might be expecting. Others say she has been more quiet, which sometimes happens when someone is protecting their peace or dealing with something private. But the speculation becomes stronger because of her history with Martell and the life they share through their child. People want to know whether this chapter is continuing. Fans are also looking at Martell's latest movements, his quiet moments, his public appearances, and how he responds to questions online. Nothing is confirmed, but the timing has made fans watch closely. To understand why people are taking this so seriously, we have to look at the history between these two and how this story has always connected back to Melody, the rest of the cast, and even the direction of the show. Love and Marriage Huntsville has always been a mix of family drama, business, personal growth, and emotional challenges. Every cast member has gone through something big on or off the camera. But Martell's situation with Coleslaw has always been one of the biggest reasons why fans debate, argue, and react so strongly. It is not just a storyline, it became a real shift in the lives of everyone involved. Now, as the speculation grows, some viewers are going back to past events to understand what might be happening now. People remember when Maurice got snipped, and fans had different opinions about why certain decisions were made by certain men. They talked about street behavior, drama, outside relationships, and the risks of unexpected situations. When viewers bring up those moments, they are not judging, they are simply connecting past patterns to present questions. And because this is about real people, these conversations become more emotional, more heated, and more complex. This speculation also comes at a time when the show's universe has shifted. Love and Marriage DC is gone. Love and Marriage Detroit is gone. Fans had been wondering what the franchise will look like in the future, especially with new lawsuits, old lawsuits, business changes, and different cast members exploring possible new beginnings. Some people even thought Maurice and Kimmy might move to Tennessee for a fresh start. But none of those plans worked out the way people expected. So now, when something dramatic or emotional happens within the Huntsville cast, it grabs even more attention because this is the main group people still follow. One reason this particular rumor is so strong is because of the spiritual angle some fans bring into the discussion. Many viewers believe that pregnancy, energy, melanin, and life force have deep meaning in the lives of melanated women and men. When they talk about melanin, they are not only talking about skin tone. They are talking about energy, memory, and spiritual connection. Melanin absorbs light, holds energy, and helps the body stay balanced. It connects to ancestral strength and mental awareness. So when fans speculate about a melanated woman possibly carrying a life, they see it through a spiritual lens. They talk about womb energy, creation energy, and the strength passed from one generation to the next. Some viewers even say that the early months of pregnancy hold pure feminine energy, and that the soul itself carries feminine energy in the beginning stages of development. This belief makes the speculation around Coleslaw more than just gossip. Fans feel like this could be connected to spiritual timing, emotional lessons, and karmic cycles. They look at how Martell has moved in the past, how Melody handled her pregnancies, and how all of this ties into bigger emotional themes. They look at how the energy between Martell and Coleslaw has shifted before major life events. Fans also want to know how the rest of the cast will react. Marcel Scott always has something to say. His reactions usually come with humor, shade, or hidden messages. Marie Scott plays the brother role with a mix of seriousness and jokes. Kimmy is soft-spoken but very observant. She does not say much unless she sees a deeper meaning. Letitia might be curious but cautious. Stormy and Courtney usually stay calm and neutral. Tiffany and Lewis always try to share positive words but know when to stay out of something. And Carlos King, who watches everything, might react later because he loves to break things down in his own way. This situation also comes at a time when the show is in a rebuilding phase. Ratings have changed, the storylines have shifted. People want something new, something emotional, something interesting. A major life event like a pregnancy could shake the entire cast. It could change connections, influence scenes, and bring new directions into the story. It could also change the tone between Martell and Melody, since they still have a long history, 4 children, years of pain, years of business, and years of shared life. Fans who study energy also say that a possible pregnancy could be seen as a moment of karmic balance. Some believe that life enters at certain times to bring lessons, growth, healing, or even new cycles. So when viewers talk about whether Coleslaw might be expecting, they also talk about legacy, soul energy, and the path forward for everyone involved. They say that melanated people carry strong spiritual codes and deep memory, and that every new life adds more strength to that lineage. From a practical point of view, fans are watching everything: how Coleslaw posts, how she moves, how she speaks, how Martell responds, what he says, what he avoids, what he changes. Viewers do this because they have learned from past seasons. They know that clues come in small details: body language, comments, timing, silence, and real-life behavior. That is how fans figured out certain things with Melody in the past. That is how they spotted drama before it happened. So this new wave of speculation comes from experience, not just random guessing. Some fans think that if she is expecting, it could push Martell into a new chapter. They think he may have to grow, adjust, or take on more responsibility. Others believe it could open new storylines about family, decisions, and accountability. And some fans believe this could lead to more emotional distance or more connection, depending on how everyone responds. People are also talking about how this might affect Melody, not in a negative way, but in a realistic way. Melody has moved on in many parts of her life, but anything involving Martell and family will always touch her world because they share children. Fans wonder if she will speak on it, stay silent, or keep her peace. Her strength and calm energy have always been a major part of her journey. On the spiritual side, viewers point out that melanated women carry deep emotional and spiritual layers when it comes to motherhood. They talk about womb strength, ancestral memory, intuition, and cosmic energy. They believe that melanated women's pregnancy carries vibration, light, frequency, and legacy. So when fans speculate about a melanated woman possibly carrying a life, they see it through a spiritual lens. They talk about womb energy, creation energy, and the strength passed from one generation to the next. Now, all of this leads to the final part of today's discussion. Whether this rumor is true or not, it shows how connected the cast still is through their history, their choices, their families, and their emotional energy. Martell's past with Melody, his connection with Coleslaw, the reactions of the cast, and the interest of fans all come together to create a moment that is emotional, spiritual, and meaningful. Fans want to know the truth, but they also want to understand the deeper meaning behind the moment. Is this a new beginning? A lesson? A cycle? A shift? Only time will tell. But what is clear is that everyone is watching, everyone is talking, and everyone is waiting for what happens next. So now I want to hear from you. Do you think the speculation is true? Do you think Coleslaw might be expecting again? How do you think Martell will respond? And how do you think this will affect Melody and the entire cast? The story is not over. A new chapter is coming, and the energy around it is growing every single day. But also based on real work, real results, and real discipline. Fans are
Marceau and Maurice may not admit it out loud, but they will see him differently too. Instead of using his lack of credentials as a comeback in their debates, they will now have to engage with him on equal ground. This could lead to healthier conversations, or even more intense ones, depending on how everyone reacts. Meanwhile, fans are curious to see how Martell will balance this new level of responsibility with everything else happening in his personal life. A license brings opportunity, but it also brings expectations. Clients will expect professionalism. Business partners will expect reliability. Viewers will expect growth. This is why the pressure is high. Martell can no longer lean on excuses. He has to deliver. He has to finish homes, manage timelines, handle budgets, and build a reputation that matches the license he fought for. If he succeeds, it could completely change how people view him. If he slips, fans will notice that too. But for now, people are choosing to acknowledge the positive. They see a man who has been doubted for years finally gaining a win that matters. They see someone who has been talked about, dragged, judged, and criticized, finally showing progress in a real professional way. The license is not just a document. It is a new chapter. It is a chance for Martell to step out of the shadow of his past and create something that stands on its own. And whether people support him or not, everyone is watching to see where he goes from here. This development also adds new layers to the show itself. Love and Marriage Huntsville has always been about business, family, and personal growth. Fans tune in not just for arguments, but for real-life progress. Martell earning his license brings that authentic touch back into the storyline. It brings business into the spotlight again. It brings construction, planning, and real goals back into the conversation. And that is something many viewers have been asking for. As the journey continues, fans want to see Martell build something meaningful, not only for the sake of TV, but for his own future. They want to see him take care of his children, build generational wealth, and use this opportunity to create real stability in his life. This moment could be the beginning of something strong, something lasting, and something important, not just for Martell, but for everyone connected to him. And so, while the drama of the past will always be part of the story, this new achievement gives Martell a fresh start. It gives him a foundation. It gives him a chance to show the world who he really is when he is focused, motivated, and ready to grow. Fans will be watching every step he takes from this moment forward. And for the first time in a long time, many of them are rooting for him to finally get it right.